Hey guys, so you're twitching, you've consulted Google, and you're absolutely terrified. Let's talk about that. The first thing you need to do if you are twitching, the first thing you have to do before you do anything else, you just got to book in and see your own doctor. Get checked out. Your doctor's going to tell you one of two things. He's going to say, hey, you're completely fine. I can't see anything wrong with you. Yeah, I see the twitching, but I can't see anything else. You're person number one. Person number two, you're probably going to get referred for more tests. Don't freak out. It could be blood tests, it could be anything, just to eliminate. It's a process of elimination. Not all things are bad that make you twitch. It could be a deficiency, it could be anything. So don't freak out. But this video, it's not for you. It's for the first person who is pretty much diagnosed on the spot as having benign fasciculation syndrome. Now, the most important thing that you're going to take this in stages. You're going to have to address this as logically as you can and approach this with serious method. You need to think rationally, okay? The first thing is that benign fasciculation syndrome, BFS, the first letter, the first word is B. B stands for benign. You need to remember that. Above all else, the benign means that you're not going to have anything to worry about. This will be annoying at times. It is a roller coaster, but it's not going to hurt you. It's not going to harm you, okay? It will be annoying. I promise you, you will have trying times, but that's all it will be, okay? So just relax. Now, we have to be very clear about this. It doesn't matter where you're twitched. So location means nothing. If it's a voluntary muscle and it's in your body, and if you've got BFS, it's probably going to twitch at some point. So the location means nothing. It doesn't matter if you've got one twitch, two twitches, 1,000 twitches. It doesn't matter if it's moving all over your body. It doesn't matter if it started off on your elbow or your arm or your leg, and then within a week it was just everywhere, hit and miss, just popping all over, hit and run. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're fast. It doesn't matter if they're slow. It doesn't matter if it's persistent in one exact spot and it just keeps going every second for a year. It just doesn't matter. If you've been told you've got BFS or you're completely healthy in every other way, it doesn't matter. I've had all of these and it just doesn't matter. You need to relax about that. Don't freak out. Stop looking at Google. Stop looking at all the different forums and stop trying to be a doctor. Okay, just don't do it. Every day I see the questions coming on in the support group, and it's, you know, a picture of a hand, a picture of an arm, a picture of a mouth. The list goes on. It doesn't matter how many people post the same positions or ask about the same areas. These posts just continue to flood in. Now, the reason I'm going on video is because I want you to see how sincere I am. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not hiding behind a keyboard. I've had BFS for a long time, and I've seen thousands of people come through the support group. Some people leave, some people stay, some people are silent, and some people just come and go because BFS, it does this. It's a roller coaster, and some people need reassuring from time to time, so they hang around. Now, please just stop worrying about it, okay? Stop being oversensitive, stop being analytical about your body, about every little nuance. Just don't analyze your body. Don't self-test. Just stop it, okay? You're fine. Stop it. Self-testing will hurt you. It will move your muscles beyond their regular daily movements. You know, you keep sticking out your tongue. You don't do that in normal day-to-day life. So you're going to stretch it. You're going to push it beyond its normal boundaries. You do press-ups with one arm to see how strong you are. How often do you do a press-up with one arm anyway? Even at that, how many times do you stand on your tiptoes on a day-to-day? You don't. So stop trying to do it on a self-test because you're just going to hurt yourself. And then you're going to worry that you're feeling pain in that area. It's crazy, okay? Stop it. So now that we've got all of that out of the way, that's like the immediate brick wall of reassurance. I want to highlight that there's a couple of categories, there's trends and correlations that I've noticed over the years with people that have BFS. So firstly, you know, I'm not a doctor. Look, I'm talking about my experiences, my observations. That's it. And I'm going to be as truthful and as open and as clear as I can absolutely possibly be. I have no agenda, I'm just trying to help. I've been helping for years on the forums and on the BFS social media groups. You know, I've been helping for so long, but people still ask the same questions. So I think that making some videos, it might be a good resource where people can actually return to the videos for some reassurance without having to keep asking the same questions. Okay, so let's talk about the physiological comparisons or correlations. A lot of people who come are absolutely high anxiety. I mean, some of them are actually stuck in fight or flight mode. They can't get out of it. They're really struggling just to function. Those people tick the anxiety box. They may have had general anxiety on and off all their life. It may be a recent thing. Or it might have just actually appeared, because some people say this, hey, I wasn't anxious until I started twitching. That's fine. But the fact you are anxious now means you have it, okay? It doesn't matter what came first, you have it. And also, you know, the health anxiety is rolled into there. But also there's people who are hyper aware, super sensitive people. Now these people come into the category that I believe they're looking too much into their bodies. They can feel every little movement, every little hair, every single little minute twitch. They feel it all. Whereas your average Joe Blogs in the street, he might actually twitch, but he has no idea because he's not looking inside so deeply. So on this side of the screen, we're going to step away from the physiological correlations, and we're going to name some trigger points, some events, we'll call this events, that have maybe impacted people, and they've noticed that it's either happened around the same time as the twitching started, or it's happened shortly before. Things like becoming a parent. Let me think. Becoming a parent, having an accident or an injury, having an illness, a marital breakdown, a relationship breakdown, losing a loved one, changing your job, changing careers, moving house, moving country, moving city. A lot of these things are incredibly common among the people who come with BFS. So once you get by that initial comforting and information about the twitches, you dig a little deeper, and a lot of these things are there. I'm not saying that everybody that has anxiety is going to twitch, but I am going to say, and I'm going to put it out there, that a high percentage, an incredibly high percentage of people who do twitch have anxiety. They absolutely do. Of course, there will be a minority that do not. There will be people who claim they do not, and maybe they don't. So I'm not saying that I have all the answers, but I am saying that this is something that I've noticed. If you don't have the anxiety, if you're not hypersensitive and hyper aware, that's really good. That's a really good start. You may find some stuff over here on the other side of the screen that works for you, that pulls it together. And this is important to understand, because when you come to the forums and when you start consulting Google, you know nothing. You don't know of any of these correlations at all. And I think understanding these correlations, it helps you come to terms with it. It helps you know that you're not alone, and it potentially gives you some answers. So let's say you fall into these categories. Your nervous system is probably under a lot of pressure. It's high anxiety, it's stuck in fight or flight mode. It could be completely fried right now. So you need to work to reduce that. Okay, if you want to help yourself, that's the first step. A recent analogy that I threw out there was, you know, if you boil the kettle might only take about a minute or so to boil. Just because you unplug the kettle from the wall, it doesn't mean that the water inside the kettle is going to be room temperature just as quick as it boiled. It doesn't happen, okay? That's probably going to take an hour to get back to room temperature, back to where it was. So it's quick to happen, but it takes a lot of time to break down and back to where it was. And the same goes for your nervous system and your anxiety levels. If you've got that high on your anxiety levels where you're right up there and you're really struggling, it's not like flicking a light off. That's going to take time. It is absolutely going to take a lot of time to come back to where you were. Hey, you might not even get back to where you were, but you can get better. You know, you fall, you break your leg, your leg is broken within a heartbeat, okay? It's broken in a split second, but it might take months to heal, and it might not ever be just as strong. You know, whenever you're trying to heal your nervous system, you've got to remember that you're not a robot, okay? It's going to take time, and you've got to be prepared to put that time in. How are you going to help yourself? I don't want to get too much into the twitching in this video. I've already told you that it doesn't matter, but this video I want to give you a bit of help. Go out, get fresh air, get walking. You know, if you're lucky enough to live in the countryside, go for a walk in the countryside. Go for a walk in a park. Appreciate nature. Appreciate the loved ones around you. Smile. Do stuff that makes you happy. Keep busy. You know, throw yourself into your job if you enjoy your job. But remember, it is only a job. And I have a very firm belief that we work so we can live, so that we can have a good way of life, but we do not live to work, okay? And it's a huge difference. Your meaning and your purpose as a human being is not to get up and just go to work every day and live that life. You go to work so that you can do good things in your life outside of work, okay? So please just keep that in mind and really address anything that we've mentioned. And, you know, if I haven't mentioned something, write it down below, share. You have to get it off your chest. If you want to beat the anxiety, you've got to talk about it. You've got to throw it out there. What is the problems? Put them out there. Now, I'm not saying that this is the only reason, but this channel, you know, these videos, it's all about helping people with BFS, but also people with anxiety. So I welcome you all in here, subscribe and communicate with me, and let's get talking about this. And I believe, you know, we can help each other. So until the next video, yeah, I just hope that you can come to terms with your BFS. I hope you can beat it. You can put it into your subconscious like I've done, and it will pop out of the box every now and again, but you'll be able to deal with it okay. So guys, until the next video, speak soon. Bye.